Hello, everyone. It's Jennifer Williams with podcast host of LUXE Life and Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Real Estate Agent here with my latest guest. I'm so excited to share her story and what she's doing. Typically, we do an agent or we do a home buyer, home seller centered interview. Today, we are going to talk about the agent. Go ahead and take it away. Introduce yourself, please.
So I am Makeda Smith. I am the CEO and founder of Savvy Chicks in Real Estate. I am also a licensed real estate broker in the state of Illinois with Smith and Partners Realty Group, which is right here in Plainfield, Illinois. And my husband, Taiwan Smith, is the CEO of that company and managing broker.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Erica?
Yes, so my name is Erica Johnson. I am also a licensed real estate broker in the state of Illinois, and I am with Coldwell Banker in Chicago.
Very nice. Very nice. So now we'll get back to Erica and her journey and her story, which is pretty amazing as well. Makeda, tell us a little bit about Savvy Chicks.
So Savvy Chicks in Real Estate, I actually birthed the company in September of 2017, licensed in 2004. But what I was finding was that later on, when I wasn't making any money in real estate, I'm like, wait a minute, how come we didn't have anyone to tell us, don't hang all of your eggs in one basket? And what I mean by one basket, real estate income, where we helped our clients to buy and sell real estate. And so I wanted to be that voice in our marketplace to where we told agents, you know what, make sure you have multiple streams of income, because you have multiple streams of bills. So why not have multiple streams of income so that you can combat that, so that you can be the one to invest in properties, to invest in your business, to create businesses or other streams within your real estate business, so that you can make sure that you are earning and living the life of your dreams and not just tied to the next deal. Because we all know, Erica, Jennifer, that can just fall apart with just a drop of a hat, somebody going to go purchase a car when you told them not to, or a judgment popping up on a credit. So it's like real estate is not guaranteed, even though it is great money. It can be a legacy that we're leaving for our family. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we have that plan B and that plan C.
You're right, because it is, things happen. Unfortunate events. We've had things fall apart at the closing table. I think we all have had experiences, and not that we didn't do our job.
Right.
And then now that's a lost paycheck, because I think also people don't realize that, yes, we don't get paid until it closes. So we're waiting 30 days, we're waiting 45 days, 60 days, whatever it might be, depending on how the deal is structured.
I don't know if you ladies, Jennifer, have you ever had to use the advanced commission? Like, that was my life.
So yeah, and they didn't always have that,
right,
in the longest time, and they just had started it, and it's bad. It's sad that you have to get to that.
Yeah, because after 2 times I was like, I would never ever do this again, because now I have no money because I had to pay them back. And so it makes sense. But at the time, it was a lifesaver, because I found myself living from paycheck to paycheck, even as a real estate agent. So it was actually living from closing to closing whenever that was. And granted, I became a top producing real estate agent later on within my career, but it was after I became an REO broker and started working for corporations rather than working with the buyer and working with the seller. And so I wanted to be that voice in our industry that was sounding the alarm to the agents and telling. That's why it's named Savvy Chick, because it's a savvy chick in real estate. We're making sure that we have multiple bags, and we're not relying on just that one.
Yeah, because we have to keep so much going. I mean, just like you said, the bills keep coming. They don't stop. Just because you're closing, you don't have any money coming in, or your closings, whatever. And I think, I love watching all the, the real estate shows, Million Dollar Listing Agent, LA, New York. And there's a couple of new ones that are coming on as well, but that's not our life. I mean, it's our life as far as hectic. It's our life as far as sometimes we get to see these amazing properties and we get to work with great clients, but we don't always have those 6-figure paychecks. You
Yeah,
know,
and
sometimes
it's just like how in real estate or in life period, you have like the top 1%. Well, we have the top 1% producers, in real estate. And I was glad, that for 3 years I got to be a part of that. But as me selling multiple properties at one time for a corporation rather than working with a buyer and seller, because I felt like that's even harder to work with multiple families to get to that level as well.
it is. It at times is harder. Corporate, to me, I've done foreclosures and short sales, and when we're dealing with multiple families, we're dealing with more emotion.
Mm.
And it seems it pulls at the heartstrings, this ebb and flow of emotion. And corporate, you wouldn't have as much emotion. Cut and dry. What do the numbers look like? What makes sense? So I'm glad you started this. And what's the website, the address?
The website is savvychicksandrealestate.com. So we made it very simple, named it right after the business. So you can find us even just Googling Savvy Chicks and Real Estate. You'll be able to find us on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. We got a private Facebook group. We got an outside free community. We have like some training at savvychicksandrealestate.co. And you can find that on the .com website as well.
Perfect. And I want to dive in a little more too about, License Unbothered 2023, talk about some of your other things, but let's hear from Erica. Now, Erica, tell us your story, because we touched base on this a little earlier in our pre-interview call, but I'd like you to share it with the audience.
Yes. So I just love the sisterhood that Makeda has created as far as Savvy Chicks in Real Estate, and also her conferences. They just get better and better each year. This year, the License Unbothered conference, she always have great speakers, but one of the speakers talked about writing a book. And, when you go to conferences, you're usually hyped, right? And you wonder, well, how long is the hype gonna last?
Yep.
What's gonna keep you motivated? And even with writing a book, I was like, can I really do that? Is it possible? Do I know any authors? You get these other questions. And I'm so glad that I went through with it, being scared, being not knowing anyone else who was the author, but it's so much more, I'm like, man, my grandkids, my great grandkids is going to read this. And it's just opening up opportunity as well as prompting conversation. So the conference was great. And even though at first I wanted to write a book about something else, but it just was not going well. The pieces wasn't coming together.
It wasn't meant to be. That book
right,
it wasn't time for that book.
This children's book was my life. And I have a first grader who has to write down the books that she reads, how many minutes she has to read. And I realized that my home library really didn't have any books about me or about nothing I did. So I did a little research, and I would sit it down and do the research again. And God was talking to me every night in the late night hour. And I said, man, there's no children books talking about real estate. What they mama do, I'm a mother of 2 girls. They're 14 and a half years apart. So I have to entertain the younger one often. And like most mothers, sometimes you have to take your children to work.
I think it's good to take our kids to work. They have to see what we do, what we have to go through in order to put food on the table, clothes on your back, in order, either you're going to want to walk in my footsteps, or this is going to teach you want to go do something else. Maybe you want to become a home inspector, or say, I want nothing to do with this, I'm going to college.
Right.
You're right.
So, because of the conference and the idea was kind of introduced there, you know, and we came up with Renae Learns Real Estate. So, it's
So
inspired by my children.
tell me, I mean, walk me through this. I love this.
So, Renae is a character inspired by my two daughters. Ray and Renae are their middle names.
Okay.
So, the character was very came to mind of what she looked like because she looked like us. From
Very nice.
the freckles and moles on her face to the texture of her hair, I wanted someone that looked like us. And I'm very proud of what I do as a professional. You know, I get so excited with my clients, every closing that, you know, we do. I'm just as excited as them, you
And
know.
not because of the commission check. It's because we're making a difference.
That's
I mean,
right, changing lives.
all three of us are making a difference in someone's lives by what we do every single day, and we enjoy it. Love what we do. Makeda, if you didn't make the impact that you are, Erica wouldn't have written her book.
Wow. Come
And
on,
I love,
Jennifer.
but your story, both of you. I mean, to the impact and powerful, you can feel it, you can hear it in your voices, the passion that both of you have for what you're doing. You know, real estate is a passionate, nobody, in my opinion, most people in their right mind wouldn't even decide to go through what we go through. You know, if you look at like the back office side of things, you know, if you look back and say, oh, who wants to drive around and show 50 houses, 100 houses, traipse through the snow, frozen lock boxes? We just got done talking about that the other day. Frozen locks boxes, you know, vacant homes. There's a lot of things that are scary. Our safety, personal safety, and yet all three of us do it with passion and enjoy it. And for you, Erica, to bring that to a children's book, I love it. And to bring that, it looks like us. It looks like how it should be. It looks like you. It looks how you're characterizing the people. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what you said was very powerful. You saying something, Erica? I'm sorry.
well, I was just gonna say when I did my research, I couldn't find any books about real estate agents or brokers or what does my mom do? Is she like, you know, I'm proud of this profession, you know,
Yes.
just as proud as the doctor, the nurse, the firefighter. We are important too.
That's good.
We are important too, and we should be proud, you know, no matter what brokerage firm we work with, we still are all realtors, real estate agents. I'm very proud of what I do. I'm proud of who I'm involved with in the committees and the organizations I'm involved with. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. I can assure you that.
But I wanted to add in there because Erica said something that was very important. And also another point that why we want to do that agent segment is because with Savvy Chicks in Real Estate, it's like, okay, you have the transactional side. You know how to help your clients to buy, sell, invest, lease. But what about some of these other things? Could you write a book? And so a lot of agents, when I talk to them, they'll talk about writing a book that's about number one thing, first-time home buyers, or they may talk about how to get top dollars for your home if you are a seller. So like it's those two books, or investing in real estate. So 3. But like Erica said, that she went and did her research in the marketplace, and that's what you tell business owners to do your research and see what's missing. And she filled a void because there were no books that she said that was on, like, what does mom do for a living? You have it for other professions, but not for a real estate agent. So now that's going to make the demand of her book, especially among real estate agents, they're going to buy it because they are going to want to read Renae's character to their little ones to say, hey, this is what mommy does. This is what it looks like. And so a couple of weeks ago, Erica asked me to help her with her photo shoot to bring this whole vision to life. And I was like, well, can we get your baby girl? And she was like, well, I have another daughter. I said, it's okay. She's in college. Let's get the baby girl. And she was so excited about being and playing a role and taking her pictures. It is so beautiful when you see it. And so,
oh, I cannot wait. I have to check this out.
It was really beautiful.
Amazing. So where do you find this book? Because I mean, I have two, my youngest is 13, but I have grandchildren. So
I am doing pre-orders now, and the website is www.renaeunlimited.com. And when I actually thought about the website, Renae is going to do so many things. It's unlimited.
That's what I was just gonna, I love the Renae Unlimited because we don't have limits. We can do whatever we want. The sky is even beyond the sky, whatever. We are our only limitation. I love Steve Harvey and his motivational speeches and what he has to say, even just a little snippets. You know, some people like him, some people don't, doesn't matter. I find inspiration in him. And, you know, that's, you know, strive for your dreams.
Yes.
You know, what do you want to do? You know, and that's, I'm so excited. I'd love to keep hearing about what Renae is going to be doing.
Yes, I have so many ideas.
And that's what it was meant. You weren't meant to write the other book. You were meant to, that's your impact.
Yeah.
I believe it because it was ease, you know, and God doesn't make things hard. So
no, that's why
this was my time for this book. It was time for this book.
And when you think about it, Jennifer, so like when I'm talking to like savvy chicks in real estate and they're asking me, Makeda, what are some of those things that we can do to create multiple streams of income? And so when you take your one existing real estate business and like, let's use Erica for an example. When you take your one real estate business and like she had to correct me earlier, she was like, because I said I called it an ebook, and she was like, it's not an ebook, it's a physical copy. And I was like, oh, wait, what? Right. So she has a physical book for Renae Learns in Real Estate. She can also later on, if she wants to have a digital version, she can have a digital version. But what if that came with also her creating a workbook that goes along with, you know, that actual physical book? And what if she started having many and Erica, oh, I don't know if I should be saying, I probably should have a strategy session with you, but what if y'all can picture having little real estate tea parties with mommies and daughters for real estate? And it's all around Renae Learns Real Estate. And so then you start to think about, and she said unlimited, because like, what's going to be the next book? Like, what's the next series? You know, maybe she goes somewhere else and maybe she learns how to deal with something happens with her mom's job or whatever it may be,
closing or whatever it is. Closing falls through, whatever, you name it.
And so there's multiple things that you can create within your existing business, like you said, Jennifer, that's going to not only help you to make another stream of income, but also to help you to make an impact. Because now what if Erica, she has the book, she has these tea parties, she got the workbook, and what if she started partnering and collaborating with local charities who focus in on children, so that they would want to even buy the book in bulk, or she donates it to them or whatever. But it's so much that can be involved in just this one book.
And then my brain is going, and then I'm sitting here. I'm like, okay, wait a second. I think she needs to be syndicated. I think we need to have a copyright. I think she needs to.
Yes.
Well, wait a second, because I am Ways and Means for Women's Council of Realtor Chicago, as well as very heavily involved in Chicago Association of Realtors. I mean, it's endless. I can keep going. I think the three of us off camera could really, but that's what inspiration does.
Right.
And it all started, Erica, with you having a thought, you being with Makeda, and here we are.
Right.
Yes.
Unbelievable. I can't wait to see what Renae does next.
Yeah, I agree. And so it just being able to have your business be tied to your purpose. a lot of agents that I'm speaking to now, Jennifer and Erica, like they are asking, like, what is my next? What is the next step? What do I do next in this market? Who do I serve and how do I serve them even better? And so these are some of the things that they're thinking about going into 2023. And when Erica said that it wasn't sitting well with her to maybe write about a first-time home buyer or to write about a seller or getting your credit together, she was like, no, I'm going to write a book about taking my daughter to work, and it's going to be about real estate. And so now it's a whole movement that can be built around it. I didn't even get into apparel.
You didn't.
So write that down, Erica.
I'm writing it down. I'm taking notes. Thank you. Thank you.
And that's the thing. It's about, and even especially doing it from a kid's perspective or from a child's perspective. I mean, you don't really understand. Did any of us really understand what being a real estate agent was and how wonderfully rewarding and stressful it can be? You don't. But I think from a kid's perspective, as they're growing up, and I can't think of one kid's book that touches on, a realtor, being a real estate agent, buying and selling properties, representing, when you're gone in long hours and your children are at home and they're like, well, how come my mom's not home? Well, because your mom is selling a home for another child to move into and live into. You kind of have, so then have that we have to have that conversation. I think starting out with this book helps to do that, helps to kind of break the ice,
Yes.
because it's not because we don't want to be home with you. This is our job that we love.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, I'm trying not to talk too much because we can go in it, a whole lot deeper. So it's like, okay, what's your next question, Jennifer?
I know. I'm like, wait, hold on. This whole episode is going to be about ideas for your book. That's okay. So let's talk about Licensed and Unbothered. You have when's your next conference? Where is it at? Tell us about it.
Okay.
Tell us about why we should go. I mean, I know why I want to go.
Okay.
So tell us.
So I'm going to give you this introduction into Licensed and Unbothered. So I launched Savvy Chicks in Real Estate in 2017. I launched the membership Savvy Chicks Social Penthouse in 2018 in January. And I was like, okay, I need to do something else. Like this is becoming a movement. Like I felt it, like the passion behind not just me, but then the realtors that were coming. I'm like, how can I bring them together? And so that's when I don't know where this name came from, but it was Licensed and Unbothered. And so licensed, meaning that we are licensed real estate agents and brokers, but then we are unbothered by competition. We're unbothered by distractions. We're unbothered by all of the noise and the things that separate us as real estate agents. But then the slogan became a community over competition. So we are a community of agents and not competitors with one another, because we can do more together than we can do apart. And so I'm so glad that now when you look at like Savvy Chicks in Real Estate, you can't be a savvy chick in real estate worried about competitors or worry about competing with people. And when you're savvy, you're going to find a way to be able to work together. And so I launched Savvy Chicks in Real Estate, Licensed and Unbothered, in July of 2019. We had it in Oak Brook at the Hyatt House. And then we had, I think, like 60 something people, and it sold out. And so I was like, oh my God. So that's when I knew that this was going to be something big. First event sold out. And so then I was like, okay, we got to make sure we have great speakers. So we had Kiana Watson from Atlanta, Georgia. We had Judy Weber, who actually had a large 30,000 plus Facebook group at that time. And then we brought in all these other speakers. I wanted to talk about things, not just real estate marketing and branding, but how do we invest in real estate? How do we invest in a stock market? I brought in accountants to say how we can keep more of what it is that we earn. I brought in real estate attorneys to talk to agents about how not to make these legal mistakes within business so that we can make sure we're not a liability to ourselves and also the brokerages that we work for. And then I brought in other people that had other streams of income, that were investors, and let me say this. By the time we got to 2020, the pandemic hit. So people told me that I could not repeat what I did in 2019. And so I said, okay, let's just see. And so I charged the same price that I did for when I had it in person. It was $97 for virtual and $147 if they did VIP. For VIP, Jennifer, I was like, if you buy VIP, I'll send you a gift box. And so the gift box had beauty products and other things in it to where I shipped it out to their house. We had, I think, almost 100 people register. We had the event over 3 days virtually, and it was a huge success. Come 2021, now we're in Oak Brook at the Hyatt Lodge at a much bigger place. Never would have imagined. And even though the pandemic restrictions were still on us, we had over 200 people to show up in that actual location. And so from that, I was like, okay, we're going to Chicago downtown. And so that's what happened this year. We were at the Swiss Hotel with 300 women in one room over 3 days. And I was like, you know what? In 2021, last year, one of the agents came up to me that drove in from Mississippi. She said, Makeda, I don't want you to think about this for next year, but the 5th year anniversary, try a destination conference. And I was like, what? So in the back of my mind, it's always been there, but I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this in 5 years. And so here we are today. We announced at the conference this year that we're going to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, because there's opportunity there. And I was like, this is going to be our 5th year anniversary. We're only taking 100. Now, mind you, we had 300 people in the room this year, but I was like, we're only taking 100 because this is our anniversary. I want it to be intimate. Last year, we had a hotel investor. Her name is Davon Reeves. The first time I ever seen anyone that looked like me, that was a woman that invested in a hotel with her friends. And now today that lady has 3 hotels under her belt. And
Good for her.
Yes. And she was the only reason why the ladies at our conference last year could now see themselves having a hotel and being an owner in that. And so for next year, it's going to be 12 workshops, because now I want to take all the things that they have learned over the 4 years of our conference, and I want them to be working to implement it within their business. So it's going to be business funding workshops, business credit workshop. We're also going to talk about how do we get capital for even investing in the hotel ownership and investing in short-term rentals. I also have, because I shared with you pre-interview that I just got licensed in Dominican Republic, and I'm now with the Keller Williams Punta Cana office in the DR. So by the time now that we go to Punta Cana, now I'll be able to go as a licensed agent in that particular country, not state, country, because now real estate has shifted to where we are building global real estate brands, and it's not just in our local area. And so like you said, when you have one common, like one denominator, so you got one piece, and then like another person will come in and they will water the other piece. I had no idea when I launched Savvy Chicks in Real Estate in 2017 that we would have a membership program. From that membership program, we will launch License and Unbothered. That License and Unbothered will go to be its 5th year, not here in the States, but we will have a destination in the DR next year. You would have never, ever been able to tell me that. But the good God that we serve, everything is already orchestrated for us, that he sees well beyond what our natural eyes can see, because I didn't see it, but now it's global. That's why
it's wonderful. I mean, the power of faith, it wasn't easy. It still isn't
No.
easy,
No.
right? It wasn't. Now you're Punta. I mean, to go to the DR, I'm excited. When I heard that license in the DR, and I'm with Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. So, and my Gold Coast office is where I'm primarily out of. So we are global, and that's the thing that what I loved hearing that as well. There's so much to unpackage here, so
Yeah,
much to talk
and
about.
there's a Coldwell Banker in Punta Cana.
I might have to think about this trip.
So the trip is going to be, the conference is going to be June 9th through June 12th. It's only 100 people. And right now we are 46% sold. So we have like 54 spots that are left. There are 3 different packages. The highest package, of course, it has the business class flight in it. There's a photo shoot, a video shoot. There's all different types of perks that you get with the 3rd package, because of course that's the VIP package. But if you wanted to add on a roommate, you can, and then the prices are there in the package, and then you just split the cost. And so what I am having my email marketer sent out today, because I was like, I don't think a lot of people know that they can get a roommate. Like, people are looking at like they have to go in solo, add a roommate, and split the cost 50-50. And let's come on, the border, Punta Cana.
I'm going to have to get we were just talking, I was speaking with Natasha Robinson and Nina Gonzalez from Guaranteed Rate Affinity just 2 days ago about this interview that was coming up, and we were all on board. So I don't know, maybe we'll have to see if we can't work out a room between us, because that would be a great
There are payment plan options for anybody that's listening that is interested in coming with us.
We'll make sure that we have a link to your website and now how can someone reach you by phone? I know you're on social media everywhere. What's the best contact number for you, Makeda?
So they can reach me at 708-289-3618.
And then Erica, go ahead and give your information as well. And what's your niche? What is your niche market? What areas do you serve? What office are you out of? Location?
So I am out of the Hyde Park office in Chicago with Coldwell Banker. My niche is short sales. Working with sellers as well. My phone number is 708-529-5222. And you can also pre-order the book at www.renaeunlimited.com.
I just love that. I love that email.
And I'm on social media as well.
Good. That the Hyde Park office is one of my favorite offices as well. It's nice and located in between the suburbs and the city. You can pop in anytime I want. It's a good. I like that office as well. Let's go ahead and wrap up this one, and then stick around. We've got some more to cover. This is Jennifer Williams, podcast host of LUXE Life, Coldwell Banker Global Luxury Realtor, 708-710-9266. If you want to get a hold of us for any contact information for any of our guests, or have questions, want to be on our show, or real estate as well. Thanks a lot and have a great day.